Back at you with another video coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, I'm about to take a drink here. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I lived in Atlanta, Georgia for a couple of years. Now I'm back in North Carolina, and long-time subscriber wanted to know some of my opinions on it, on moving to Atlanta. Would I recommend it to anybody, male, female, gay, straight? Would I recommend them moving to Atlanta? I think this woman, she's just getting out of I think she's just getting out of college, if I'm not mistaken. And she's wanted on my perspective on the city of Atlanta, the whole metro area, basically. So, I've talked about this before, while I was in Atlanta at the time, before I left. But now I've been back in North Carolina for 2 months now. So I've had some time to reflect being outside of the city of Atlanta. And my perspective is the same. I said before, I don't recommend anyone move there. I don't recommend anybody, whether you're gay, straight. I said don't do it. See, the market is oversaturated there. And don't go there if you don't have a job already. Please don't do that. A lot of people go to Atlanta and they're trying to wing it. They don't know anybody. And see, the market is oversaturated. You're going to be fighting for those nickel and dime jobs there. If you have a job before you get there, cool. But how much are you going to be getting paid? If you, let's say you 25, 30 years old, and you make $40,000 a year there, that ain't enough there, man. That ain't enough there, man. I'm telling you, that ain't enough. Cost of living is very expensive there. There's a lot of and even when you're looking for jobs there's a lot of stuff that happens during that whole process of searching for jobs, getting interviews, that I don't hear a lot of people talking about. But there's a lot of trickery that goes on. You have a lot of companies that are putting up just straight up false advertisement. That's been my experience. And they'll put the pay ain't what they say it is until you go on there for an interview, and there's a lot of bait and switch. So it's that type of deal going on. And I'd also say that if I was warned before I moved to Atlanta, people told me before I left North Carolina to move to Atlanta, people told me not to go. These are people that actually live there, and at one point they lived there, and some of these people still live there, and some of these people that what was interesting, the main people that told me not to go, they left a long time ago, and these same people, they're all divorced. I'm serious. That's if I look back on it, it's interesting now. Cause all those people that told me not to go, they're divorced. Every last one. But I didn't listen because I thought I could beat the odds. I thought, hey man, I've done this before. I have beat the odds before, though. That's the thing. Not this time. You can't win them all. I beat the odds many times, but not this time. This, for me, moving down there it was the biggest mistake I've ever made. It's probably the biggest mistake ever made, like in my life. You know, I made it out of there in one piece, but there's a lot of damage was done, just personally and financially, um, just moving down there, and it's really a tough place to live. You have to have first off, you have to have a lot of hustle and a certain skill set to live down there. And see, the thing about Atlanta is it's a party city. It's not really a place where you want to live unless you've been down there for a long time. You've been down there 15, 20, 30 years or whatever. And if that's the case, you're probably already established. And if you move, you don't want to start all over. I get that. I get that. But if that's not the case, don't move there. Don't move there. I'm telling you. Plus, see, the thing about Atlanta is people come there for party, having a good time, have sex. I'm talking like every week, on the weekends. A lot of people come there just for sex. That's what's kind of wild if you really think about it. Just for sex. On the weekends. I mean, males and females. And then the people are running rapid with there's too much sex going on there. I mean, it's kind of like it's off the chain there. Males and females, and gays, and straight, gay, it don't matter. And now, I think there's a lot of people that say they want to leave from up north or wherever they came from because they want to find a man in Atlanta or they want to find a woman in Atlanta. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. There's a lot of people in the closet in Atlanta. I think more people in the closet in Atlanta than that's out the closet. I know a lot. I met a lot of people when I was down there. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Almost nothing is what it seems. Almost nothing. And the best part about it is I met some people that's been living there for a long time, and they know a lot of entertainers. They know a lot of the locals. They know a lot of people that's been living there for a long time. So they kind of showed me around and kind of, showed me what Atlanta was really all about. And see, there's another side to Atlanta that a lot of people don't see. See, they have a clever way of promoting the city of Atlanta. They promote the ATL lifestyle, just partying, having a good time. There's black businesses there. There are black businesses there. That's true, but they don't. There's another side to it that they never talk about. There's a lot of gentrification going on down there. I remember one time. This is like early 2000s, when I used to visit Atlanta. It's like 2001, 2002 when I used to visit Atlanta, and I used to go down there, and it's a very different environment back then. There was a lot of black people, a lot of people doing pretty well. And black people was everywhere, you know. But today, it ain't like that. So black people today are leaving from down there in like record numbers. I don't know where they're going at. I know some of them is going to Charlotte, Raleigh, what else? Where else they go? Dallas, Austin. But it ain't like that. It ain't the way it used to be down there. There's not a lot of opportunities for black people the way it used to be. Now there is opportunities, but you're gonna have to fight for it, and you're gonna have to know people. And see, when I went down there, I didn't know anybody. I went down there for a job, and the company I was with got bought out. So I started to freelance, and a whole lot of stuff happened when I was down there. I'm not gonna go into that. A lot of personal stuff happened when I was down there. That's a video for another day. So, it's like, it really pays to know people down there. I mean, people that's the movers and shakers, the people that's in positions of power, so to speak. But I wouldn't recommend it. If, as a matter of fact, if you had a job set up, if somebody gave you a job offer, a company gave you a job offer for 40,000, I said turn that job down. Turn that job down. Like I said, that ain't enough. Man, 50,000 ain't enough. Turn that job down. Turn that job down and go someplace like Dallas, Charlotte, Raleigh, Austin, Houston's okay. Go someplace where there's a lot of jobs available and you're wanted there. They're looking for people like you there. They're looking for people with your skill set and education. If you go to Atlanta and you got an education, that don't mean nothing there. There's hundreds and thousands of other people. They got degrees. They got master's degrees, 4-year degrees, associate degrees, all doctor degrees, and they're unemployed. Now, if you go someplace like in North Carolina, Charlotte, Dallas, Texas, you're gonna get an interview if you present yourself right. If your resume is tight, you're gonna get an interview. In Atlanta, no. I know a lot of educated people living in Atlanta, they're unemployed. They're not even getting interviews at all. It's a tough place to live. And see, you have to have a certain mentality to live down there. If you're the type of person that cares about family, your family well-being, your well-being, you're gonna have a hard time living down there. Because down there is no rules. People just do whatever. And you got a lot of people that come from up north. Horrible. They horrible. Because a lot of these people come from up north, got pushed out of the places. Like a lot of New Yorkers go to Atlanta. They love it there because the cost of living is cheap compared to New York City. So they got pushed out. So they'll go to places. They mainly go to New York. Mainly. Because Atlanta, it's not as fast as New York, but it ain't as slow as Charlotte either. So they'll be like, hey, Charlotte is a little too slow for me. I like Atlanta. It's just right. Not as fast as New York, but I can still do my thing, whatever that is. So you got some awful people from up north that moved there. Well, there's people from all over the place that moved there, but you're gonna meet some awful people. Whew, man. And let's keep things in context. This is coming from somebody like me. I've been everywhere. I'm ex-military. I've met people from all around the world. I've traveled from all around the world. I've met people from all walks of life. But some of the people I've met in Atlanta, some of the worst people I've ever met in my life. And I can honestly say this. Once I look back on it, and I'm not bitter either. So don't let's not play that game. You know, I'm not mad. I'm not bitter. I learned from my experiences in life, and then I figure out how not to repeat the same thing over again. And I'm not gonna repeat the same thing over again because I'm not ever moving back there. So hey, man, you know. So I'm not mad. I'm not bitter. I just don't like the fact that I wasted so much time down there. I was down there for almost 7 years. So I can't get that. I can't get that time back. That's the only thing that I have a problem with. But I don't have anybody to blame because I made a decision to move down there. Nobody put a gun to my head. You know, I just wish I knew some of the stuff that I've found out before I moved there. But once I look back on it, there's no way possible I could have known what I known until I moved there. Because what happens is there's just some stuff you're just not gonna know until you move to any town. I mean, you can visit there 2, 3 times, 4 times, or whatever, a weekend, or take a vacation, or whatever. But even still, then you're not gonna know everything. You'll know enough to make a decision, but don't do it, man. And the laws in Georgia, phew, my God, I thought North Carolina was strict when it comes to the laws. Not compared to Georgia. North Carolina is laid back compared to Georgia. Man, if you move down there, you better not get in no legal problems. You're gonna be paying, or else you're going to jail. They do not play around down there. I'm talking like attorney fees is off the hook. I'm talking like if you get a traffic ticket. Whew, my God. Let's say you get a traffic ticket, and you know, if this is based on my experience, I haven't gotten a ticket in a long time, but you know, mostly if you get a traffic ticket, you're probably better off just based on your. This is gonna depend on your insurance, but based on the insurance that I have, if I get a traffic ticket, I'm better off getting an attorney and let the attorney take care of the ticket in the long run, because that's going to raise my insurance, and I don't want my insurance to go up. I'd rather pay up front $200 for the attorney so my insurance won't go up by the time my next policy comes out. That's been my thing in the past. I just took care of it like that. But in Georgia, if I try to do the same thing, I'm not paying no $200. If you get a speeding ticket in Georgia, first off, the ticket, I've heard people say the ticket was anywhere from $300 to $800 for a speeding ticket. I've heard prices like this. And then you're going to start, and then as soon as that happens, you're going to start getting letters in the mail from all these vulture attorneys that's going to be trying to proposition you so they can take care of the ticket for you. But the price that the average attorney charges is like $1,000 on average or better for the same thing that I got taken care of in North Carolina. A speeding ticket for $200. In Atlanta, it's $1,000. And don't get no DUIs. And see, DUIs in Atlanta, that's kind of like common there. It seems like I'm gonna say out of 10 people I've met, 4 people got DUIs. It's like it's crazy. It's DUI classes all over the place. That's like a business. That's big business down there. So basically, Atlanta is a place. If you're gonna live there long term, you just can't. You can't care. You gotta be a savage. You can't really care about family, your wife if you got them, or your kids. You can't really care about any of that stuff. You have to be kind of like you have to become a monster, a savage, if you're gonna live down there. Otherwise, it's just you're gonna have to move up out there because there's so many distractions, so much going on. Most people are living from paycheck to paycheck or in between paychecks. Most people are just like they're like roaches trying to leech off people. And most people you meet, they're struggling or living in between paycheck to paycheck. They're looking for some man or some woman to do something for them. They got some type of hidden agenda. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors. So if you move there, you gotta have a certain skill set that's gonna make you money. You gotta have a lot of hustle. It's not a town for a lazy person, or a person that like to relax and you just want to work your job 5 days a week. No, if you're gonna work your job 5 days a week and you make 40, 50,000, you're gonna be home a lot. Cause taxes gonna kill you if you don't got no tax shelter or anything else you can file taxes on. That's gonna kill you. So it's just a tough place to live, you know. So hey, maybe you lived in Atlanta. If that's the case, tell me what's been your experience, and are you thinking about moving to Atlanta? I'd like to hear it in the comment section below. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.